Well, what's up, YouTube? It's been a sad week in football. Liverpool has made a little video in tribute to Diogo Jota.
There we go.
I started playing when I was 6. When you start, you just want to become this professional footballer and to play for your national team, to have the opportunity to play on the biggest stages with the biggest crowds, to feel those emotions, to feel how happy you are, constantly searching for these feelings. I remember my first football memories, the Euro 2004 that happened in Portugal. Everybody was so excited for the tournament. I just watched first time Cristiano Ronaldo starting in the national team. I always followed his career and scoring goals always been my motivation. When I was a kid, I wanted to play in the Premier League. I didn't even imagine to win it. I just wanted to be there. I knew that it was the best league in the world. I fulfilled my dream when I played for Wolverhampton. But then when you achieve a dream, you unlock another phase, another level, another step. And when I came to Liverpool, I knew that was possible. Really exciting moment for me, for my family. My job is to find a way to score goals, to provide assists. That's what they can expect from me, because now I'm one of them.
Diogo Jota on his debut.
From the moment I arrive, I always played a big part in the teams throughout the years with Klopp and with Arne.
That's nice. Diogo Jota, who's got himself a yard of space, maybe another yard of space. Oh, he squeezed it in! And it's a fine individual effort.
As a fan, I was a fan myself. You want to see a player fighting for the club, for the badge that they both love.
And there are back passes. Jota's away on the left. Jota! Infield erupts! What a finish!
It's an unbelievable song that makes me proud. I think they know that with me they will have the minimum required to represent Liverpool.
Jota wins it back. Jota, great feet. Jota's in.
That's the feeling I look for when I play football. That's why you put all your lives and all your efforts to moments like that, moments where you can decide the game. It's what makes you keep going. To arrive at this season with the title that I've been chasing for a lot of years in the best league in the world, where I dreamt to play as a kid, and finally we did it. It's a moment that I will cherish forever. I always remember this city, this club. My 3 kids were born here. It changed my life completely. The way everybody supports me from the very first day. I'm really grateful to all of the people in the club and to all of the fans for making this happen. It is a remarkable achievement for a small guy that came from Gondomar, where I had this dream, and to arrive this at moment, it was outstanding.
There you have it.
Wow, so his brother is younger or was younger than him.
Yeah, I think his brother was 25 and he was 28, and he was playing in the semi-professional league in, I don't know if it was Spain or Portugal, but one of the semi-divisions, I think. Honestly, I couldn't watch this full video when it came out. I watched like the first minute and I couldn't. I was like, nah, I gotta let some time pass because it's too soon to watch this when Liverpool took the video out.
I still can't believe it. I remember on Thursday I woke up and then you had sent the group chat 3 different links. And then I looked at them all and I still was like, no, this can't be, right?
Well, the funny thing is, I think it happened. I don't know how late it was in the U.S. or in California when it hit the news. I think the first thing it happened was one of the very first news who reported it, and that one I didn't believe it. I was like, huh. I was like, it's pretty legit because it is a police report. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go because I woke up in the middle of the night, went back to sleep, and when I sent the other links, it was players posting "rest in peace," and I was like, oh, it is true. Like once Ronaldo posted, Jimenez posted, forgot who other posted at that time, and then I was just like, oh dang, this is happening. What Luis Diaz, I think, was the other one. I mean, a lot of players have by now, but at that time, it was like 3 or 4. And I was like, oh damn. It was pretty sad.
I have no idea why, even though after you sent 3 different sources of this story, I still couldn't believe it.
Well, in this story, one of those that I was like, oh, let's make a video and take it out. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to just do it for views or just to I was like, let's see what football has to say first, and then we could do a short tribute or just give our thoughts on the situation, especially by now there's been so many stories and they're still going. And then, obviously, at that time I was still confused. Some people were saying he married 5 days ago. Then real sources confirm it was actually 11 days ago when the crash or not crash, but the car flipped. And then even when I sent it to you, right, I didn't fully read the article. I was just like, oh, dang, this happened. And then once I read it and it said they burned alive, I was like, what the hell? These getting sadder. Right? That was the next thing I read. And then I was like, okay. Did he have a family? Yeah, he had 3 kids. And I was like, what the? And then the next one, he just got married 3 days ago. Oh, 11 days ago. And I was like, oh, damn. This is just sad. And then I remember, this was, people didn't have to tell me, but then I remember, oh, wait, he just won the Nations League with Portugal. And the Premier League with Liverpool. And it is my understanding, correct us if we're wrong, that they were driving to the preseason with Liverpool.
That's what I heard too. And it's so shocking and it's such a sad story. I already couldn't believe it that this happened. And then I read that he, burned alive. I was like, oh man. That's a sad way to go. And then he was on top of the world, basically. Just won Premier League with Liverpool, won a trophy with his country, got another W in life, marrying his childhood sweetheart. And then it just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously this is the stories I don't like, right? In regards to his funeral, right? I think there was some people on Facebook going if Liverpool would have gotten invited to Club World Cup, this wouldn't have happened. Imagine that. And I'm like, yo, I think the ifs at this moment, I'm one of those persons who at this moment the if doesn't really help the situation to me. It's just can we just focus praying that his family is good and sending support to them, which a lot of footballers have been doing. instead of focusing like, if Liverpool win here, just like. And then you got anything else, Anthony?
I was going through all the posts from the players. I was reading to what they had to say and stuff, and I was just getting sad.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like no matter what team they played for, they had something to say about this guy.
Or even
Like,
today.
it shows like what kind of human being he is.
Even today, Dembele and Mbappe both still pay tribute to him. Right? Mbappe, I think they're the 20 celebration, I
Yeah,
think. And then Dembele celebrated, I think, kind of like did one of his celebrations.
yeah, like the PlayStation celebration.
Yeah.
I remember when he did the celebration, I was like, oh dang, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like it's like an iconic celebration now. It's gotta be.
And then Liverpool retired his jersey by this time, if I'm correct. And then the only thing I would say, obviously when you go on Facebook, you can read a bunch of different comments, and some good, some bad. More good than bad, I'll say that. But there's a lot of bad ones. I saw someone who said, I think someone, people are just supposed to like rest in peace or prayers or thank God that oh yeah, good to see the Liverpool players attend his funeral, and then others like dumb people. Why isn't Ronaldo there? And then others, he was driving reckless, so I don't feel sorry for him at all. And I'm like, okay, you don't feel sorry for him. We're still, it's not necessarily him, but also his brother got affected, the family got affected. You can still show support to the family, right? And also, I do understand like when people drive reckless, stuff like that, you put yourself in a lot of danger, things could happen. If I'm correct from the story, correct me if I'm wrong, he was just trying to pass another car, which I think many of us do that in general. Like when you're in a freeway or something, sometimes the adrenaline kind of gets the best of you and you just want to pass the car. I don't think that's like too reckless. But what happened here was the tire pops. Like you can't really avoid, like that, just unfortunate circumstances, right? But comments like that, I'm just like, those are just too insensitive, and people being dumb, acting like it's like people try to act like if they're better than others or something.
I mean, just keep that thought in your head. Like you don't have to feel sorry for him, but this is a sad story. Someone died.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, and even then, like, let's say it was someone who was just driving crazy, passing cars back and forth, and like causing traffic problems, blah blah. If that something would happen to that person, I probably would feel less sad too. Just be like, oh, he should have been careful. But when you're driving fast, and because a tire popped on your car, like that's not. There's nothing you could do. Obviously, if you were driving slower, probably it wouldn't flipped or cost that much. But that's just unfortunate.
And for me, I haven't seen any posts or any sources that specifically said how fast they were going.
Yeah, me either.
It just said, oh, they were going fast. They were trying to pass another car, and the tire popped or blew, like you said. Like, there's no actual speed that has been reported.
Yeah.
So no one really knows how fast he was going. You can't judge him for that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, how many people drive the speed limit? I think there's way more people who drive over the speed limit. Some people drive really slow, which is still dangerous. And that's because there's a lot of people who have fear of driving. But anyways, focus on. I don't want to talk too much about the bad people. But
But bro, like it's sad all around because yeah, this story is sad, but then their mother lost 2 of her boys, and his wife is now a widow.
man, 3 kids.
3 kids without their dad. And it's not often that when someone passes away, like even rival fans or like rival players, or anything, rival teams, clubs, or people in different sports even pay tribute to a person.
But I'll just leave it at that. RIP to both of these footballers, and hopefully, their family sending all positive energy to them, and hopefully they are doing fine. Or I know there's a lot of support from around the world, like you said.
Number 20 forever.
All right, yo, we'll catch you on the next one.